I always suspected that these Paleolithic caves in Dordogne would sing in a really incredible way. And when I finally got access to go inside, and I whispered the right note to the cave, and the cave screamed its note back at me 10 times louder, we knew that something special was going on. My work has very often been about acoustic resonance and finding ways to make a building sing using the human voice. The project's called The Cave. It's a video opera with 8 incredible singers from all over the world. I took them down into the cave individually, and we see the singers seeing the paintings for the very first time, and so we kind of feel the frisson. They then arrive at these specific acoustic sweet spots that I've found. And so you see the singers gradually tuning themselves into the note of the cave until their voice expands way beyond their body and starts to fill the cave. To each of those singers, I asked them, what is the first thing that you ever sung? You know, it's like this deeply embedded piece of musical DNA. As a composer, I was able to work out how to place them in relation to each other so that they would become a counterpoint, where all of these singers with their amazingly diverse melodies and their diverse origins and languages and scales are all basically tied together by the cave with this amazing, strong, resonant low F that it sings. The cave itself is kind of like a labyrinth of tunnels. When you walk in, it's this kind of meandering path that you can follow so that you can have a really intimate experience with one singer. And feel that kind of closeness and the sweetness of their childhood song. But then when you move gradually through the space, it starts to blend with the others. And when you find yourself in the very middle, you have this perfect polyphony of all of these melodies arriving to you at the same time. There's also one moment in the film where they are singing a canon. It's the one moment in the film where all of these different voices, which are so diverse, are suddenly in concert together. You know, they're in real harmony in the purest sense. That's kind of like the climax that you feel at the end, before everything goes dark and you follow them back out of the cave. You feel the light and the sound of all of the birds and nature, and you have this kind of massive release as you leave the cave with them at the end. What you also see down there is I've made a series of resonance paintings using the same pigment as they used in the caves. And then to move the pigment on the canvas, I've used the voices of each of my singers as the paintbrush. They begin in an incredibly dark, earthy tone, and then progressively move through to brighter, more celestial, kind of transcendental colors. And that's really what the music of this installation feels like for me. I've interviewed every singer in the cave at the end of the shoot about the music that they're singing, and what it feels like to sing it in that space.
I'm singing in here and it's resonating back at me. It's almost like you're singing with a choir of ancestors or something. Yeah, it's very special.
So the cave is a kind of shared space that predates all of our cultures.